After a father passes away at home,
Can't believe he's gone.
Yeah, we miss him too.
his son begins to change. Is it grief?
Dad, you gotta eat.
Why can't you two just leave me alone?
My dad was not himself at all.
Or is it a demonic force after his soul?
As soon as I stepped in the door, I felt the very evilness of what was going on in there.
That was something trying to tell me to murder my kids. It's horrible.
In America, there is real evil. It lurks in the darkest shadows and in our most ordinary towns. Between the worlds we see
Someone's in my room.
and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality. Deep in the Wisconsin woods lies a remote cabin, home to a divorced father of 4 and his dad.
My family owns a cabin. It's just a beautiful place. My father purchased the land February 17th of 1986, and I've been living there constantly for the past 10 years.
But in the summer of 2012, everything changes when Phil's father suddenly passes away in the house.
When my father passed away, depression came in immediately. My father and I have always had a close relationship. If I needed him, he was there, and if he needed me, I was there for him. Always. All the way to the end. My dad always made time for me when it came to doing stuff. And one of my most fondest memories was always playing catch in the backyard. My father was always in really good health, and they found something in his lungs. Lung cancer. And they said that he would live 2 to 6 months. He lived 2 months and 5 days. I lost my best friend. It was very hard, not just for myself, but for my entire family, because we're so tight as a family.
Hey, Dad, Victoria and I are gonna... Oh my gosh, where did you find that?
Dad?
Hi, girls. What time is it?
It's almost 3. Is that you and Grandpa? You guys look so young.
It's a long time ago.
When my grandpa got sick, it was really hard because I knew he was gonna die, but I wasn't prepared. It was super hard for everyone in the family, especially my dad. He fell into a really deep depression.
Still can't believe he's gone. House doesn't seem the same without him.
It was a completely different man. My sisters and I were worried about him. Yeah, we miss him too. Every day.
Oh, what's the matter with me? Let me help you.
We got it. It's the last load. I decided to move in with my dad to help him when he was going through the hardest time of his life.
I was happy that Hillary moved in with Dad. It did give a sense of relief. Like, I know he's gonna be okay because he is her to lean on.
He ate too much honey.
Oh, no.
When my daughter Hillary moved in, she brought her son Gavin.
Hey, you want to see Grandpa when he was little?
I don't. Unconditional love when I needed it the most.
A few days after moving in, while home alone, Hillary continues to settle into her grandfather's bedroom.
I moved all my stuff, mine and my son's stuff, into his old room. It was nice being in that room and having some of his stuff still there to remind me of him. It was just like my grandpa was still there. It was very comforting. I heard 3 loud footsteps.
Dad, is that you? Dad?
And then I heard something out in the living room area.
Hello? Hello? Dad? Jeez, you scared me. I thought you were at work.
I got off early. Everything okay?
Yeah, just thought I heard someone.
Kind of brushed it off. Thought it was the house making noises, because it always makes noises.
How's my boy?
Still asleep.
Oh, you better wake him up. He won't sleep tonight. Oh, tell him Grandpa's making chili.
It's now been 3 weeks since Phil Sr. passed away. The family is slowly adjusting to their new life together.
I was working 2 jobs at the time, being a single mom, and my dad would stay home and watch Gavin for me while I would go and work. So we made our schedules work together when it was just the 3 of us.
All of a sudden, I knew I wasn't alone there. And I could feel it.
Phil Pritchard suspects his Wisconsin home is haunted.
Out of the corner of my eye, I seen a dark shadow, and I thought to myself, did I really just see that? I knew I wasn't alone. There was something else in the house besides me and my daughter and her child.
Dad? You're up early. Have you been down here all night?
I couldn't sleep. Sit down. I need to tell you something.
Dad, is everything okay? Is Gavin okay?
Gavin's fine. Sit down.
Okay. You're scaring me.
Remember when you said that you heard something in the house? I heard something, and I saw something.
Although Phil is spooked by his experience, he is convinced it's the spirit of his father who passed away in the house.
I know it sounds crazy, but I think he was trying to tell us everything's okay.
I just thought it was my dad's spirit trying to communicate with me.
To me, it did make sense because the noises I had been hearing, that's what made me think that it was my grandpa.
It's like I felt him.
It brought me comfort knowing that my dad came to check on me to make sure I was okay too.
A little old man and a little old lady lived on a little farm. They decided to start a garden. They planted cabbage seeds and pumpkin seeds and tomato seeds.
My son had this fire truck toy that he always played with. He loved to play with that thing. Just one day, it went off, and it was weird because it had never done that before. And then it goes off again. You're like, what's going on? Gavin is over here. There's no way he could touch that toy.
This kept happening over and over. So I took the batteries out, so it couldn't work.
I thought it was maybe my grandpa trying to contact my son and make a sign for us to notice that he was there. Dad? I was in my room, and it didn't feel like my room. I just started to feel like the atmosphere changing. And then I just started feeling like someone was behind me. It was a man with a hat on.
I had just gone to bed. I was laying down ready to fall asleep. There was like light whispers that kept getting louder and louder.
Hillary?
Phil Pritchard is being terrorized by an unknown entity in his home.
And I started fearing for my safety, not just mine, but my family in the house.
Hillary! Hillary!
When I did wake up and realize that it was a dream, I was like, thank God, because it felt so real. He was actually in my room with me. It didn't feel like a dream when it was happening to me.
Mommy. Oh, baby, it's okay.
Hillary! Oh my God. Hillary, are you okay?
Oh.
What is it?
Oh, my leg. It's burning.
Oh my God. Oh, honey.
Dad! There's a scratch on my leg.
3 scratch marks.
Hillary, what happened?
I was in the woods and I was being chased by this man in this crazy hat. And I know it sounds insane, Dad, but it was so real.
No, honey. I saw him too.
At this point, I knew it wasn't my father because it was dark.
I'm sorry.
Whatever was in my home was evil.
Fearing for Gavin's safety, Hillary sends her son to stay with relatives.
I can't protect him. I felt hopeless. And that was hard to send him away. But I knew it was the right thing to do. I decided not to leave the house because my dad did need me.
In the meantime, Phil goes searching for answers.
I wanted to figure out what was going on. So I started talking to my neighbor.
Phil, I've been meaning to drop by. Real broke up about your pops.
Thank you. He was a good man.
You got something on your mind there, Phil?
Sorry. I know your family's been here a long time.
Oh, yeah, we have. Where are you going with this?
My dad's house. Anything strange ever happen out there before my dad moved in?
I asked him if he knew of people that died on the property or around the property, and he grew up there his entire life.
Back when I was a boy, it used to be the Hanbury place. He was a farmer. They had 2 girls. And I heard he was a real nice fella. But one day he just turned, sent the missus and the kids away, locked himself in the house, and well, before you know it, he lit the place on fire.
And he said yes, Martin Hanbury had passed away.
By the time those fire engines got here, there was nothing but smoke and ash. Burned the place to the ground. Hanbury with it. You okay?
Thank you, Clayton.
Learning this news, it made it more real. I thought it was Martin Hanbury that was haunting the house.
We didn't know what to do. We had to stay at the house. We didn't have anywhere else to go. We didn't have the money to just get up and move, and we didn't want to. This was our home. That's where we had all of our good memories, and we weren't just going to get up and walk away. My dad was really angry and just not himself at all. He was just stayed to himself.
Dad?
I was very worried about him.
Don't do that.
Oh my God. You scared me to death. I thought you were asleep.
Leave me alone.
Dad, it's 3 a.m. Come on, it's time to go to bed.
I said, leave me alone!
Okay.
Hillary started getting really scared in the house. She didn't want to be alone. So she would call me, and I would come over.
I got the salad. Hey, Dad. Dinner's ready. Come sit.
No.
Dad, you gotta eat.
Why can't you two just leave me alone?
My dad's personality started changing.
Hey, are you okay? What's going on with you?
Nothing.
He became more agitated and angry.
Fine. If it'll make you happy, let's eat.
My dad had been grieving, but this was different. Like before, he was just sad, and this was a different kind of anger than his regular when he gets mad at something. This was different.
So you remember Julie from next door? She wants me to watch her dog, which it's this crazy. I don't know, for like a week that she's on vacation.
Okay.
It's those little like small yappy terrier dogs, and
I hate those things.
Right, I just don't want to do it. Like, Dad, you know what I'm talking about, like the little yap 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 yap. I don't know if I like a whole week. That's crazy. And I'm just like, I really don't want to watch your dog for like a whole week. You just don't want to do it.
I heard the word murder, like right next to my head. Murder. Right in my ear. Murder. These weren't my thoughts.
Dad. Dad, are you okay? Dad. Dad.
I knew it was something else outside of myself that was trying to control me,
Dad. Dad.
trying to tell me to murder.
A demonic voice is telling Phil Pritchard to murder his children.
It was not my thought. It was something trying to implant something into my head.
Dad, are you okay?
It wanted me to physically hurt the people that I love the most.
Dad.
It wanted me to murder my kids.
Dad? Dad, what's going on? Dad!
And that's when I took action by leaving. I had to leave. Had to leave.
Dad!
Dad?
Where are you going? Please talk to us.
Something's happening to me. I keep hearing things. Voices, whispers, telling me to do things.
What kind of things?
Bad things. To you. To both of you.
He was ashamed to tell us what he heard.
That's ridiculous. You would never do that.
I want to believe it. But this house, it's in my head. It's trying to control me.
He told us that he was having thoughts and hearing voices and having visions about murdering us, killing us.
Just so scared.
The voice that he was hearing, he knew it wasn't his voice. He knew it was something else.
We're not living like this anymore. We're gonna do something. We're gonna get help.
Even though I was fearing for my life, I was also fearing for his, because I knew that that wasn't him that was thinking that way. I hadn't seen the real him in like weeks. I was wondering if this thing was going to take over my dad.
This was the last straw. I had to do something.
The Pritchard family contacts a local investigative team, Paranormal Encounters Wisconsin.
I needed help in the worst way. I needed this to stop, and I needed it to stop right now.
Okay, all good? And we're rolling.
This is Paranormal Encounters, Wisconsin, and we're here investigating a property in the Dells area.
My name is Art Davenport. I'm the lead investigator of Paranormal Encounters, Wisconsin.
My name is Nancy Frank. Being a medium, I have the ability to feel, hear, and see spirits around me.
My name is Mike Bry. I am the cameraman, tech man. I've been an investigator with this team for 8 years.
Bill Pritchard contacted me, extremely upset about the activity going on in his home.
Well, it sounds like classic oppression. Whatever's going on spiritually in a home can actually affect the mental state of the people that are living there.
Or he's just crazy.
Yeah.
That was my first thought. But after speaking with him, I could hear something in his voice. Something is here. Oh, there they are.
It could be paranormal spirits or some entities actually trying to break the person spiritually, emotionally down.
You must be Phil.
Yes, this is my daughter, Hillary.
It's a pleasure.
We're so glad you came. We don't know what else to do.
Well, you did the right thing, because we're here to help you.
The family seemed to be really desperate on how they needed to take care of this.
Come in, please.
After Nancy came and Art and Mike came, I knew that we were no longer alone and that they could help us figure out what was going on.
We're almost ready.
Using night vision camera and sound recording devices, the team conducts a walkthrough of the house.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Ready.
We are beginning to do a walkthrough of the house.
I felt it. I felt the very evilness of what was going on in there.
There's something here.
It's so bad in here.
I can feel it.
Who are you? Why are you here?
Anything? Anything?
Tell us your name.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Something's there. I can't make it out.
Let me slow it down. Enhance it a bit.
We heard the name Hamberry.
It sounded like an angry man's voice.
That's him.
After hearing the name Hamberry, I knew I really needed more information on him, so I just concentrated on him.
What did you want from me?
It was like in a flash, I saw Martin Hamberry. His demeanor was crazy-like.
Murder.
He was hearing voices telling him to kill his family. You have to do this. And then all of a sudden I see him throwing a match, and he's standing there watching his house burn, knowing his family is safe somewhere else. And then I saw Martin with a gun, but I knew it wasn't him.
Psychic medium Nancy Frank is having a traumatic vision of the entity haunting the Pritchard home.
As I was seeing all this in my mind, it made me so sad that a demon can control a person enough to have him want to kill himself. This demon was haunting him, putting these voices in his head, telling him to murder his family. It was constant, murder him, making him go crazy. Martin couldn't handle it anymore, so he killed himself to protect his family.
Nancy has just seen what's haunting your house. It's not your father, Phil, and it's not Martin Hanberry.
Then what is it?
It's a demon, and it's attached to this land.
Nancy explained to us immediately that Phil was seeing who he thought was Hamberry was actually this demon trying to influence him, just as he did to Martin.
I really started to pick up on this demon, and I knew he had been there for a long, long time. But he would lay there and wait for the next family to move onto the property. Martin wasn't a bad guy. He was a good family man. He worked hard. He had 2 children. They were young children. His wife was a loving wife and a good mother. Martin loved them very much.
We strongly feel that this entity, this demon, had been on the property since ancient times. It just took Phil's grief to open that doorway for it to come through yet again.
It attaches itself to the people who live here and forces them to do evil things. We believe it was trying to do the same thing with you. You were grieving the loss of your father. You were vulnerable. The demon used that to come into your life.
I really believe in my heart of hearts that this demon wanted me to do the exact same thing. Either take out myself or kill one of my kids or both of them that were there.
So what do we do?
Well, we're gonna help you. We just need to do a cleansing of your home.
We knew then a cleansing had to be performed. It was trying to take Phil's life or his family's life.
Whatever needs to be done.
I told Phil that I can't have you in the house while I'm cleansing. I sat him on a picnic table and I poured sea salt in a circle around him and asked him not to leave that circle.
I was just hoping for a miracle at that point. I was just ready for everything to be over with and done, and just hoping and praying that it would work.
Give us your protection. Restore the peace to this home and this family.
When I cleanse a home, I use sage, I use holy water,
Bring light
and I use oil.
back to this house and this family.
As I'm walking through the house, I could feel vibrations in the windows and feeling in my body a tightness in my chest. And sometimes as I'm saying my prayer, the words aren't coming out.
Oh. Stay strong. Don't waver.
I can see Mike is pale and Art just looks horrible.
Restore the light. Restore the warmth. Restore the peace to this home and this family. Leave this house.
Nancy realized the demon was trying to affect me because I was feeling lethargic, nauseous, dizzy, like a fog took over.
I can feel the fighting coming on each step we took.
God, we banish the evil from this home. In the name of God, I command you to leave now. In the name of God, you may not stay here. This is not your home.
We knew that the demon was there and it was trying to push us out.
We all instantly had headaches or felt sick. And then I looked up and I saw it. It was the demon.
Nancy!
I heard the gun go off. It was so loud.
Nancy, are you okay?
I thought I was gonna die.
Psychic medium Nancy Frank has been battling a demonic force in the Pritchard home.
Nancy! Nancy, are you okay?
When the bullet hit me, it was so painful that I just instantly fell to my knees and I grabbed my head.
Nancy, are you okay?
Nancy fell to her knees with tears in her eyes, holding her head like she had felt the actual gunshot.
I thought I was shot. I thought I was gonna die. The feeling was so intense. The demon was there, and he was trying to scare me. And I had to get up on my feet and show him I wasn't afraid of him. He needs to be afraid of me.
Stay strong. I need you to pray with me now. In the name of God, you must leave this place now.
Demon, be gone. You are not welcome here.
You must leave this place. I pray that you will leave this place.
The atmosphere was very intense, but it just made you want to battle the demon even more, so he would leave.
You are not welcome in this place.
I'm screaming at him, and I'm like, you're not allowed here anymore. And he's fighting me. And I just kept pushing and pushing.
In the name of God, I command you to leave this house now.
was my last push. It was like a release. He was gone.
Wait! What is that? Is that him? Is the demon still here?
No, it's Martin.
I knew that Martin Hanbury was still there. He was sad. He was afraid to cross over because he thought he would be punished for committing suicide.
Martin, you can cross over. It's okay.
I let him know that he could cross over and be with his family.
Cross over now. Go be with your family.
He just kind of nodded, and he was gone.
Oh, come on in.
Is it safe?
It is.
Yes. Yeah, it feels different.
The atmosphere in the house was light. The feeling in the whole house and on the property was lifted. Everything was lighter. I didn't feel oppressed anymore.
I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Take care.
Thank you.
You guys take care.
After the cleansing, the house feels really safe again. It feels like home again.
I feel like I got my dad back in that moment.
We're gonna be okay.
Going through all this, it was very hard, and it was a tough battle, but we came through it on the other side.
Give it a whack. Nice. Yay, refreshments.
Everything is going very good in my life and in my children's lives.
He's good.
Good?
He's better than I was.
Everybody's stronger from going through this.
Since all this has happened, my life has been great. I just fear that it can happen again at any moment. I live with that fear every day.
I will never be the same from this experience. It changes you. Once you live this, you don't have a choice but to believe.
And so the story begins. A dream house beckons.
Oh my gosh, Dennis. It's perfect.
But there are secrets lurking in its shadows. Haunting secrets.
There were several deaths in the house. They had lost 2 children at a very young age, one at 3, one at 5.
Terrifying secrets.
The attack in my room left me feeling vulnerable. It left me feeling frightened. I felt someone getting into the bed. I could not scream. I could not move. The fear is unlike any fear that I had ever had. It was absolutely terrifying.
Tracy! In America, there is real evil. It lurks in the darkest shadows and in our most ordinary towns. Between the worlds we see
Someone's in my room.
and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality.
I am Tracy Berrios. My husband and I purchased an 1878 Victorian home. We had absolutely no idea what was going to take place in the house, none at all. No idea that my dream house was about to become a nightmare.
Tracy Berrios and her husband, Dennis, have always dreamed about living in an old Victorian home.
Oh my God, this is it. Come on.
Dennis and I had been discussing looking for another house. One day we were driving home from breakfast, and I said, hey, there's a for sale sign.
We were both born and raised in the city, and we had been around the area. And this was the first time that we had gone down the street and seen this house with the for sale sign.
Oh my gosh, Dennis. Can you believe this place? It's so big and so beautiful.
The second we walked in the doors, the first thing I noticed, everything from the woodwork to the hardware was just, it was so beautiful.
Oh God, it's perfect. It's like it's been waiting for us.
The previous owner had the house on the market for a year. I think she put it on the market very soon after her husband passed, and it basically just languished on the market. I don't think anybody wanted to take it on, really.
It's a really old house. The renovation is gonna take a lot of money.
It is a very old house, 140 years old this year, so it has its challenges. It wasn't previously well maintained.
I don't care. This is my dream house.
I just said, this is it. This is absolutely it. I was awestruck. I really was.
Okay, come on.
After their offer on the house is accepted, Tracy, Dennis, and their dog Smokey move in just in time to celebrate the holidays.
That first Christmas, I ran out and bought all kinds of decorations, and I wanted candles in every window, which was a daunting task because I didn't realize how many windows were in this house. I couldn't get over the enormity of the house. Everything was oversized.
But there is one particular room that makes Tracy uneasy. A spacious area on the third floor she refers to as the ballroom.
The ballroom, during the daytime, it was okay. I would go up there. But at night, really, the entire third floor kind of creeped me out.
Hey, nothing to be afraid of. Come on. Smokey, come.
Dennis wasn't home, and I was in the house by myself with Smokey. And he wouldn't go into the room with me, so I said, fine, stay out in the hall. Just stay in the hall. Had the definite feeling that I was being watched, that I wasn't alone in that room. It felt like there was someone there. I was extremely creeped out, but I was telling myself, no, this is your house. You're not going to be afraid of any room in this house. You are going to stay here and do what you came up here to do, and then you're going to leave.
When night falls, Tracy avoids the ballroom unless absolutely necessary. Later, she and Dennis get to work decorating the front hall.
We had found this mirror, and we hung it on the wall in the downstairs hall.
Take your hands away. No, it's still crooked.
Dennis hung that mirror, and he hung it well.
Well, what do you know? I'm a genius. Oh, you hungry?
Starving.
Okay, me too. I got some roast beef left over from last night.
Do you have any of that dressing left over?
No, but I got Dijon mustard. That's really good.
That'll work too.
Oh, Dennis.
The mirror was on the floor with the mirror side facing up. How did that happen? It doesn't make any sense.
I didn't know what to think. I thought maybe the nail came loose and the mirror fell. I looked at the wall, and that was not the case. The string that was on the back of the mirror was still intact, and the nail was still on the wall. So it's like, I was at a loss as to how this could have happened.
I think there's something else going on here.
I thought, okay, something's going on here.
What are you saying, a ghost? Come on, Tracy. I mean, we're the only ones here.
If it had fallen, it wouldn't have landed over here. It's like it was thrown.
What? That's crazy.
The paranormal is not the first thing I look to when things like this happen. I try to rationalize them because that's the type of person I am. There's a reason for everything.
Well, then how did that...
I don't know. I'll fix it after I get something to eat.
I had a belief in the paranormal before all this happened. I absolutely believe that there is more than we can see.
Over the next few weeks, Tracy continues to sense something is not quite right about her new house.
I did not feel comfortable at all. It made me very afraid.
Smokey, sit. Stay.
I smelled this very feminine, flowery, lotiony smell. And I thought, whoa, that's weird.
Tracy Barrios believes her dream house is haunted.
It was a feminine presence. It didn't feel threatening. The smell was very feminine, like perfume. It's just like, you know, I'm here, I'm on the stairs.
Come on. Come on, Smokey. Come on, Smokey.
Whoa.
Tracy's daughter, Jordan, is also a believer in the paranormal.
Mom? Hello?
When I came into this house, I absolutely 100% had a belief in the paranormal from past experiences.
Jordan, you're here. Oh, God. Oh, I've missed you. Let me take your coat.
This place is huge. It's kind of creepy.
You know, I've been feeling it too. I mean, something's off here.
The first time that I walked in the house, it was like a very heavy feeling. I just got like a really weird feeling about it.
Mom, come on. Give me the grand tour. I want to see everything.
Okay, come on.
Whoa, look at this room.
The ballroom was completely different from the rest of the house. It definitely felt more heavy than on the first and second floor.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I get a weird feeling when I come in this room. It's like there's someone else here. I know, it sounds crazy.
Jordan is our only child, and we are close. I usually would tell Jordan about things that went on.
It's not crazy. This room, it feels old.
I definitely felt like somebody was up there or something was up there with us.
Jordan? Jordan, what's the matter? Are you okay?
Yeah, I guess I just got cut up.
The ballroom, there was definitely something really creepy and eerie.
Can you show me the rest of the house?
Yeah, let's go.
Weeks after moving in, Tracy looks into the history of the house. She asks her neighbor if he knows anything about the home's previous owners.
I'm so glad that you're interested in all this history. This house has seen a lot over the years.
My neighbor had offered to ask his brother if he would do some research. It's a hobby of his. And he did, and I ended up with a binder full of information.
Now, this is what my brother has uncovered so far.
The original owners of the house were George M. Eddy and his wife, Sarah.
George Eddy owned a dry goods store downtown in the late 1880s. He was very successful here in New Bedford, and he also did a lot to help the city. They were one of the most prominent families in town. In fact, they were very social. There were a lot of parties here. But then the parties stopped, and the deaths began. One after another, the children fell ill.
We found out that there were several deaths in the house in the Eddy family. They had lost 2 children at a very young age, one at 3, one at 5, and they died in the house. Mrs. Eddy herself passed in the house. I believe it was her liver.
She was beautiful. You can see the sadness in her eyes.
I feel that houses definitely carry the energy of people that have lived there, and whatever energy they imprint on it is left there for whoever's coming in next.
I thought, oh boy, people died here. I'm wondering if they're still not hanging around here. Houses have memory, I believe. Absolutely that, and depending on how the person died, sometimes they just linger, they stay. I had absolutely no idea what I was in for.
But there is no turning back now. The Berrios are deeply invested in their house. One night, Dennis begins renovations in one of the bathrooms.
We had had some water damage on the first floor from some rotted gutters.
Hey, babe, how's it going? Mwah.
You're just in time to find out. Stand by that switch.
I got it.
Okay, give it a shot.
Ta-da!
Oh, come on. I swear I had this. Can you give me those pliers?
As part of doing that repair in this bathroom, I had had Tracy give me a hand.
Ow! Tracy! Tracy? Can you give me those pliers?
Sure.
Ow! Tracy! Tracy?
Ow, ow, ow.
What happened? Are you okay?
Something hit me in the back of the head.
Dennis and Tracy Berrios are renovating their over 100-year-old Victorian home when Tracy comes under attack.
Oh my God.
What the hell? What is it?
It's an old piece of wood.
I pulled out a piece of old wood, and it looked like the inside, the bones of a house. The bathroom was not gutted, so none of the bones were showing. There was nothing that could have come flying at the back of my head.
Oh, this is crazy.
I'm trying to think in my mind, where could this piece of wood have come from? Everything within the room is painted or papered, and there's no unfinished wood in that room.
Now do you believe me? There's something going on here.
I just got chills from the top of my head down my back, and I had never felt anything like that before.
Dennis gets ready for work between 4 and 5 a.m. I heard him get up. I heard him leave the room. I heard him get into the shower.
Dennis, you're gonna be late for work. Dennis. Dennis.
I couldn't move. I struggled and I tried and I could not move. And that's when I realized it wasn't Dennis. I could not scream. I was fighting as much as I could, and I was trying hard to move something, to get the words out. Your first instinct, of course, is to get away. And the fact that I could not move a muscle, it was terrifying.
Tracy!
Oh my God, Dennis, there was someone here in bed.
When he came into the room, I was able to move.
I thought it was you, but then he grabbed me and I couldn't move.
I was beside myself.
There's no one here. It's just us.
I am telling you that there was someone here.
You're okay.
At the time, what was going through my head was it was just a dream, that she wasn't fully awake when this happened.
Right? There's no one in the room but us.
It was so real.
It's all right.
It's so real.
There's no one in the room but us. It's just a bad dream.
In our 30 years of marriage, I had never seen her like that before.
But although Dennis tries to convince Tracy it was a nightmare, she can't shake the feeling that she was attacked by something evil.
The feeling of the hands lingered, and no, I didn't like that one bit. It made me not want to go to sleep. I had difficulty sleeping for a while after that, not knowing, when he would return, if it would happen again.
She begins to wonder if there is someone or something haunting the house other than the female presence.
The difference between what happened in my bedroom and all the other occurrences were, this was much more physical. It actually felt like a person was trying to attack me. It was a definite male presence. The attack in my room left me feeling vulnerable. It left me feeling frightened. It left me feeling angry, because this should not be happening in my own home. I tried to keep to the back of my mind the thought that it could happen again. I really tried to push it away, but it was there.
In December of 2016, Jordan moves into the house with her parents.
So I was walking Smokey on Broad Street.
By the coffee shop?
Yeah.
When I moved into the house, I thought it would probably be better for my mother because she could go to me and tell me things more easily than like when I wasn't living there.
Smokey saw him and just wanted to go say hi, and the old guy just jumps like 3 feet into the air onto the street.
Babe, you okay? You barely touch your food.
I can't stop thinking about this house. Dennis, I am really scared.
Mom, what's going on? You can tell me.
After your father got up to go to work, I felt someone, a man, climb into bed with me. And he grabbed me.
What? Dad.
I went back into the room and there was no one there. I mean, it had to be a nightmare, right?
I kind of feel helpless because what do we need to do to resolve this?
It didn't feel like a nightmare. It felt real. I don't know. I think I'm going crazy.
She felt that there was a male presence in her room. She definitely felt some sort of thing that shook her to the core. I was admittedly nervous about going to sleep. And I would wake up in the morning, as usual, when Dennis was getting ready for work. And I would try to stay awake, like keep my eyes open. I'd sit up, I'd look at my phone, I'd do anything until 6 o'clock. That morning was much like any other morning. I was lying in bed and Dennis was getting ready for work and I heard the footsteps coming into the room. I thought, oh no. I'm thinking, this is not a dream. I know I'm awake.
Dennis, is that you?
Tracy Barrios knows her house is being haunted. She's felt the presence of a female ghost who appears harmless and an aggressive male entity that she believes has attacked her twice in her bedroom.
I felt the feeling of a hand coming over me and pulling me toward it. It definitely felt male. There was no doubt in my mind this was male.
Tracy, are you okay?
It happened again. There's something in here, and it wants to hurt me.
Okay.
I know my wife. When I saw her like that, those emotions are real and those feelings are real.
I believe you. We're gonna figure this thing out.
We're not gonna figure this out. We need help.
The thing that scared me most about the second attack was that it was a second attack. That it wasn't just a one-time deal. Was this going to be my life now?
I started to feel more helpless than anything else, knowing that this is beyond anything that I could fix. When Tracy first mentioned bringing in expert help to try and figure out what's going on, I was willing to do or have whoever come in to try and figure this out.
When I go into a case, I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing. I do not know the people involved. I just get in a car and I go.
Oh, hi, come on in.
You must be Tracy. I'm Leslie.
Hi. This is my husband, Dennis, and my daughter, Jordan.
You've definitely got something going on here.
My attention was drawn to the third floor in the ballroom.
It's up here. This room, I can feel it. There's a lot of energy here. There's a woman here. I feel like she's troubled.
She, to me, felt like she was a woman of privilege. She had grown up as a woman of privilege. I started to get this feeling in my liver area.
Are you okay? What is it?
The presence. I feel like she died of some kind of internal disease.
That must be Miss Sarah Eddy. She was the original owner of this house. She died of liver cancer.
I felt that the female spirit could move things, touch things, put things in different places, manipulate her environment or our environment. It wasn't negative. She wasn't negative. She liked things a certain way, and I think that she liked to keep her house in order.
Mrs. Eddy won't hurt you. She was scared about you moving in and the renovations you were making. She felt you were trying to change her home. That's why she was lashing out.
She knocked down the mirror?
There are spirits who love their house so much that they don't want to leave. I think in this case, that is why Mrs. Eddy is still there.
I felt something too in this room.
That was her. She loved this house. And she knows now you love it too.
This was a grand home, and I feel that Mrs. Eddy liked being associated with it.
So you don't feel anything evil?
No, just Mrs. Eddy.
While I believe that Mrs. Sarah Eddy was not malevolent, I had always believed that, but that one in my bedroom was not good to me. I was frightened that it would continue because I didn't have the help I needed to get rid of it.
As night falls on the Barrios' home, the evil inside remains.
I always fall asleep with my TV on. Suddenly, I felt just like slow, like tugging, like at the bottom of my bed, like my sheets. The tugging was pulling me out of the bed, towards the foot of the bed. I'm just, why can't I move? Why can't I scream out? Why can't I do this? What's going on? Who is in this room with me?
Jordan Barrios and her mother, Tracy, have both experienced paranormal encounters in their home.
I was scared and needed help. I came running up the stairs, white as a ghost, and they were like, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong?
There was definite fear in what she was telling me because she was so afraid. And as a mother, how do you protect against something like that?
Knowing that your child is in fear and there's nothing that you can do about it, it's a feeling of helplessness.
Terrified, Tracy reaches out to another psychic medium to investigate the house.
Dennis, they're here.
By the time Tracy had actually found me and got in contact with me, she was pretty desperate to get someone in the home to help her.
Thank you so much for coming.
You're very welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Dennis.
Dennis.
My husband, and Jordan, my daughter.
Hi.
I'm Luann. This is Father Tom.
Hi, Father Tom.
When I come to do investigations, I like to run a small team. On that night, gaining evidence is important to me, but the client's safety and well-being are also very important to me. So we brought the Reverend.
I know you've been having a difficult time. Can you tell us what's been going on?
Jordan and I had had a similar experience, one right after the other, in that house.
Well, we know that there's at least one spirit in this house. It's the ghost of a woman who used to live here long ago, Sarah Eddy. But there's something bigger. There's something in our bedroom. It's attacked me twice.
What do you mean when you say attacked?
It's grabbed me and touched me. I can't move or yell out. I feel like I'm frozen.
What really set off the red flags for me was that something was touching her without permission. Being a woman and being alone in your bed and being touched by something invisible that you can't see, it is terrifying.
Can you take me to your bedroom?
Of course. Come with me.
For this particular investigation, I set it up so that we could investigate during the early part of the night and finish up with the blessings so that it would get done that night.
Father Tom prepares to bless the house, while Luann and Tracy attempt to make contact with the entity in her bedroom.
What's this?
This is an EVP recorder. I'm gonna try to talk to whatever's in this room and see if we can get it to respond.
Okay.
EVP stands for electronic voice phenomenon. That is a ghost voice that we can't explain that is recorded onto an electronic medium.
Is there someone here? I think you were right. There's something in this room. This presence is dark, evil. Definitely not female.
What do you think it could be?
I think it could be an incubus.
What's an incubus?
It's a demon.
An incubus is a male demon that preys upon women when they're most vulnerable in their sleep. This one was smart. It was able to hide itself from the first medium, Leslie.
An incubus basically wants what any negative entity wants. An incubus is just playing the sexual side of this. Because that, especially for a woman, that's very violating.
Why is it here? Why would it come after me?
That's what we're gonna find out.
With this particular entity, it's hard to say where it came from. Did Tracy move into a house that had an entity? It's possible. Did it follow her there? That's also possible. But the thing that's most important in the case is that the person feels safe in their own home.
What side of the bed do you sleep on?
This one. What are you doing?
Trust me.
With an entity or something negative in nature, when I walk in the door, I will feel it crawling on my neck, and it is very unpleasant.
I'm talking to the presence in this room. You are not welcome here. Tracy does not like when you touch her.
That particular spirit really had a very intense feeling.
Did you hear that?
No.
It answered back immediately that that's too bad for her, Luann.
I felt like I was just stopped dead in my tracks. I knew that there was something, and that was proof that there was. He just sounded like it was his right to do whatever he wanted to do.
We must get Father Tom. We need to cleanse your house immediately.
Hearing the voice changed everything for me. I would have done anything to make him leave.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna pray to consecrate and bless your house so that this presence will know that is not welcome here. You are not welcome here in the name of Jesus.
He was doing his prayers, and I suddenly felt very ill. I didn't feel well at all.
In the name of Jesus, you are not welcome here. You are not welcome here.
Tracy! Mom! Get a chair for her!
This left me with a feeling of fear, of terror. There's something going on here that we definitely can't explain.
This Incubus, it wanted to haunt Tracy, and it wanted to possess Tracy.
Tracy, are you okay? Talk to me. What's going on?
It's terrifying. Absolutely, in that moment, it's terrifying.
My head. I feel so dizzy.
Maybe we should stop.
No.
You are not welcome here.
Tracy!
We need to stop this. I'm getting her out of here.
No, we need to keep going.
We banish you from this house. You're not welcome in this house any longer. We banish you from this house.
Tracy Berrios is fighting for her life against an evil entity inside her home. It has Tracy in its clutches.
We banish you from this house in the name of Jesus.
Tracy! Tracy!
Mom!
Are you okay?
Mom.
What happened? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What happened?
You're safe. Your house is yours again.
For me, I feel like this blessing was very successful. Once it's done, it's almost like you feel like someone opened up a door and let the fresh air in.
I can't believe how different this house feels. Everything's just brighter.
But the house is not entirely free of spirits.
I can still feel the other presence here. The one you call Mrs. Eddy. I can ask her if she wants to cross over.
No. This was her house. She belongs here until she decides to go.
I would never think about having Mrs. Eddy removed from the house. Mrs. Eddy was the matriarch of the house, and the house belonged to her.
Before Luann leaves, she has some advice for Tracy.
I need to warn you about something. Getting these out of your house is a tricky thing. If they can sense an opening, they can come back.
What do you mean? I thought you said it was gone.
It is, but you have to be strong now. This is your house and you have to fight for it.
At the end of an investigation, and especially a negative entity investigation like this, I do give the clients the same advice. I told her if this thing ever came back, to let it know, this is my home, you do not belong here, and you tell it to leave.
You can do this. You're stronger than you think.
No. A little to the right.
Whoa, too far. Back left.
It is a little bit unnerving knowing that this could happen at any time, but I absolutely still love the house as much as I ever have, and I don't think there'll be anything that will ever change that.
There. Perfect.
There it is. How's it feel?
Like home. Feels like home.
The house, to me, has a life of its own. It doesn't feel like a thing to me. It feels like a living, breathing presence, and couldn't love it anymore.
As for the demon, should it return, Tracy now knows how to keep it at bay.
I remembered what Luann had said to me. You need to get out of my house. Go. I feel powerful saying it. I feel like I'm in charge. I feel like I'm in control.
There are ghosts lurking in the Shea home.
What are they doing now?
And they are restless and misbehaving.
I go, oh, now they want to play jokes on me. Are you kidding me? It's really funny. Do you think I'm gonna laugh?
But what if there was something else? Something darker and more evil?
I knew my team was in danger. We need to get out of here. Now!
I was terrified. If this could hurt her like this, what could it do to my kids?
Rebuke him, oh God! Rebuke him!
In America, there is real evil. It lurks in the darkest shadows and in our most ordinary towns. Between the worlds we see
Someone's in my room.
and the things we fear, there are doors. When they are opened, nightmares become reality.
I'm Tammy. This is the first time I'm telling my story.
Haunting 10, episode 98, interview with Tammy, camera A and B marker.
Me and my family moved into a Victorian home. I tried to create a new life for my children, but I couldn't protect them. There was evil in that house.
In the fall of 2017, the Sheas move into a two-family home just outside of Boston.
I ended a 15-year relationship, and it was just my time to have a fresh start.
Guys, come on, get out.
Me and my family were looking to move, and we decided to move to Norwood.
Which room's mine? Right next to me, sweetie. Isn't it great?
I have 3 children. William, and he's 20. Shane, he's 17. And Corinne, she's 10. I'm a single mom. The house fit my budget, my income.
But not everyone is excited about the move.
Great isn't exactly the word I would use.
Hey, give it a chance, will you?
When I first moved to this new house, I didn't really like it at all. I felt like I had to start over, like making new friends again.
You're just happy because it's closer to Karina.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Karina is William's girlfriend.
Oh, Karina, you got the pizza. Thank you. Yeah, grab some breadsticks, too.
I am William's girlfriend. We met at high school in 2016. We've been together for 2.5 years now. Tammy is a single mother. She raises 3 children on her own. They're really close.
I know it's not easy. I know it's hard. Just give it a chance, okay? It's gonna be awesome, I promise.
It was very hard for my son. It was hard for all of us. But I tried to stay as positive as I possibly could moving into this new house. It's a new start. It's a new start for all of us.
All right, guys, let's get unpacked. Grab some boxes.
Wow, look at those stairs.
I told you it was great. Oh, wait till you guys see the kitchen.
My house is a Victorian. 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and a very good-sized kitchen.
Wow, this place is amazing.
That fireplace is so pretty.
It is.
The house is old, Victorian style, 2-family home, built in the 1800s. It does look a little bit more modern. I think they did some renovations on it, but it still has that old rundown look. I thought it was really nice.
Can my dollies play here?
Of course they can.
All right. Who's hungry?
Me.
You. I'll get the boys. Boys, time to eat. William! Hey, boys. Shane?
Me and my brother wanted to adventure around the house. So we went up to the attic, and there's just a whole bunch of crap laid out everywhere, like old photos. It just had this vibe that, like, wasn't nice.
I was overwhelmed.
What is all this stuff?
Isn't it crazy?
It was a bed, it was boxes, Christmas trees, things from the 1800s. There was so much stuff. Why did they leave their belongings behind? I mean, why didn't anyone clean it out?
Where did all this stuff come from?
I don't know. Don't touch anything.
I just wondered, why did they get out of the house so fast? It just didn't make sense.
All right, get downstairs and eat. I think that's the second truck. Let's go. Shane?
I can't explain the way I felt. I felt weird.
Hi. I'm sorry. You can just bring the boxes in and put them wherever. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were the moving people. May I help you?
Moving in, huh?
Yeah.
I want to welcome you to the house.
It's Tammy's neighbor, who lives on the other side of the house.
And he said, "Hi, how are you?"
I'm the other tenant.
Oh. I'm Tammy.
Charles.
Charles, nice to meet you. Sure, I'll be seeing you around. Yeah.
Well, have a nice night.
Thanks, you too.
And, hey, I hope the house is good to you.
And he's like, "Oh, just want to welcome you to the house. I hope it's good to you."
Thanks.
I was taken back from that. I'm like, what the heck? I thought he was very odd. Like, why'd he say that to me? I had no idea. A slam. It was very loud.
For the next few days, the Shea family settles into their new home.
What have you guys been doing all day?
I was a hospice nurse, so I worked a 12-hour shift.
Hey! On your phones all day?
I don't know.
This house is a wreck. The chores aren't even done. Well, I need you to take Corinne to dance. You can use my car. Shane, the laundry.
The house was very messy. I was really irritated.
Look, you guys, I need you to help me out around here, okay? Everybody just do their part, please. Go. Come on. Let's get it done.
The basement's pretty old. At the time, the basement was freezing cold. It was pretty scary. I got weird chills. I felt like something was gonna happen. And then it just got all panicky.
Seventeen-year-old Shane Shea has just seen a terrifying entity in his Massachusetts home.
Ah!
What?
I'm never going down there again.
He was like shaking and had tears in his eyes.
I saw like this girl.
A girl? What are you talking about?
A ghost. I saw this little girl with long hair and a nightgown.
It looked like a little girl. But you could not see her face at all.
Shane, a ghost.
I'm not making this up, it's real.
I just thought he didn't want to do the laundry. I thought he didn't want to go down the basement, help out. I thought he was making it up.
I ask you guys to do one thing for me, just for one thing, laundry, and you won't even do that.
You don't believe me, do you?
She didn't believe me about it, but I know I'm not crazy. I knew that like what I saw was real and I was terrified.
You know what, just forget it.
I just need you guys to help me out around here.
Forget it.
You need to help me, Shane.
I never went down in the basement again.
Shane, the laundry! Oh, what are they doing now? Shane, is that you messing around down here? I'm gonna ground you for a week.
When I came into the kitchen, every cabinet was open.
Shane? Shane! Get in here!
What?
Did you do this?
No. No. Why would I do this?
William?
What?
Did you do this?
It wasn't me.
I go, oh, now they want to play jokes on me. Are you kidding me? I go, really, guys? It's really funny. Do you think I'm going to laugh? I go, okay, so if I didn't do it, he didn't do it, and you didn't do it, who did it?
Mom, I tried to tell you this house is haunted.
Oh!
I knew my house was haunted. It didn't want us to be there.
Ridiculous.
It's haunted. You don't want to believe me. Then fine. But something is going on here.
Hi.
Hey.
I can just take that.
You must be Tammy Shea.
Yeah.
I'm Frank. This is my neighborhood.
Nice to meet you.
New here, huh?
Just moved in a couple days ago.
Okay. Well, I hope you stick around. Not too many people do in this place.
What do you mean?
I met my mailman, and he's like, so you're new? I go, yeah. He's like, oh, okay. He goes, nobody stays here. He's like, is the rent too high? I go, no. He goes, you don't know how many people moved in and out of here.
The other tenant, Charles, he just moved out too.
He moved? No, I just talked to him Monday.
Yeah. I can never figure out what's going on in this place. Must be haunted.
That's what my son says.
Oh, almost forgot. Here's your mail.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice meeting you, Tammy. Good luck to you.
So I'm like, all right, the mailman now, the neighbor just packed up and moved. I didn't know what to think.
Could the rumors be true? Is Tammy's house haunted?
I felt very uneased.
Tammy Shea has just come face to face with a female entity haunting her Massachusetts home.
Mom, what's wrong?
Are you okay? What happened? Why did you scream?
I saw a woman, a ghost.
I was very frightened, scared. I wanted to cry. I was petrified.
Tammy is now convinced her house is haunted.
I felt very bad that I didn't believe my son, that he was scared.
It was like, now you see where I'm coming from.
Oh my gosh, Shane, you were right. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I didn't believe you. I'm so...
What's going on?
It's okay. It's okay.
So what do we do?
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. Figure it out.
I was a nervous wreck. Oh my God, what just happened?
Tammy feels paralyzed. Having just moved in, she has few options about what to do next.
I felt I had no control. Financially, I can't move out. I can't afford it. Where am I gonna go? Like, uproot my children once again? To a new town, to a new school?
I felt like she could actually hurt me, and I was defenseless.
It's okay. Come here. What?
I saw her again. The girl.
It was the same little girl that I saw in the basement. 9-year-old girl from like the olden days. You could not see her face at all.
It felt so real. I couldn't breathe.
I got suffocated from something above, and my whole body just like laid flat. I couldn't breathe.
I'm gonna fix this. I promise. I am not gonna leave you alone anymore. Okay?
Sorry, Mom. I'm so scared.
No, me too. Me too. Me too.
Seeing Shane so upset and just this thing, whatever it is in this house, just attacking him. I was angry and I felt helpless.
Not knowing what else to do, Tammy comes up with a plan.
I'm gonna go pick up Karina.
Okay, oh wait. Before you go, I wanna talk to all of you. From now on, I don't want anyone staying alone or sleeping alone in this house, okay? We're all gonna stay together. Will, you can stay in your room if Karina's with you, but otherwise, everybody in the living room, okay? Okay.
So Shane didn't want to sleep in his room anymore. I didn't want him that far away from me so I could listen and keep an eye on him and protect him from whatever.
It affected pretty much everything. My mind was just like all over the place at the time because I didn't know what was real and what was like actually like, in front of me because I barely got sleep.
Mom, are we safe?
We are, sweetie. I'm gonna make sure of it. I've even switched my shift so I'm at home with you at night, okay?
I wanted to be home. I left hospice nursing. I was working nights, sometimes doubles. I needed to be home with them. I could not leave them home alone.
Good night.
Every day, it's one thing after another. The stress level is very high, the anxiety is very high. It was just taking a toll on me.
Over the next few weeks, the stress level in the house continues to increase. William's girlfriend, Karina, begins to spend more time at the house to support her boyfriend and his family.
For Tammy, the house and everything that happened definitely weighed on her on top of everything else she was dealing with, so it was just another thing to pile on her existing stress. I really did start feeling bad for Tammy. In the shower, the plastic liner would always push up against me. It would feel like someone was actually pushing the shower curtain up against me. I felt like somebody was watching me, even though it wasn't possible. The door was locked, and I knew nobody was in there with me, but I just felt like there was these eyes on me, just watching me.
While taking a shower at her boyfriend's house, Karina senses a terrifying presence.
Will?
Into the mirror to the left, I see this black shadow, this man. That was the most terrified I've ever been in my life.
Are you okay?
I was in my kitchen doing dishes, and I heard Karina scream out of the bathroom.
There was something in there with me. A man in the mirror, and he's gone, and I don't know what's going on.
Karina was terrified. She was peel white.
To know that I could have been attacked in the shower still freaks me out to this day.
Mom?
Yeah.
We can't keep living like this. We have to do something.
I know. I'm gonna get help. I am gonna get help. Come on. Let's get you dressed. Come on.
My family was being like torn apart. I couldn't keep my kids safe. And I was supposed to keep them safe.
Karina and Tammy search the internet and find a paranormal team willing to help. The Spirits of New England.
I first talked to Jack over the phone. The first thing out of my mouth was, "Sir, I can't pay you anything. I don't have it." He said, "We don't charge." And I said, "You're joking, right?" They had nowhere to turn. And to hear that, I know there was hope.
I'm Jack Kenna. I'm a paranormal investigator with psychic abilities. Ellen McNeil is our founder. She's also one of our lead investigators. Sarah Campbell is one of our lead investigators, and Sarah also has some psychic abilities herself.
What do you think?
The first time we saw the house, we always just check it out, see if there is anything on the outside that could potentially be leading to any of the claims.
I can tell you when I saw the home, something seemed off about it.
There was something heavier about the house, and you didn't feel like it was a welcoming place.
I'm Tammy. So glad you guys came.
Tammy looked like she hadn't slept. She was exhausted. I just wanted to hug her and just say, "It's gonna be okay, we're here."
Ready?
Let's go.
The team begins with a walkthrough of the house. In order to keep them safe, Tammy has sent her children to stay with friends.
Usually as we're doing a walkthrough, we only have a recorder and a camera. I wanted to make sure that I was getting him on camera, especially in case something decided to show itself to us.
When I start to just walk through a home, what I'm really doing is just feeling the house, trying to use my abilities to sense what's going on in other parts of the home. And I go to wherever I'm drawn to.
What's in here?
Basement.
Let's do an EVP session down here.
Who are you? Why are you here?
With any investigation, you really never know what you're dealing with. And that's the most dangerous thing that really, in any case that you have. You don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know what you're talking to.
Do you live here? What is your name? If you're here, give us a sign.
Suddenly, Jack is struck with a vision of some kind of ritual that took place in the basement years ago.
In thy name we have assembled. So Lord it be.
Jack, are you okay?
While conducting a paranormal investigation, psychic Jack Kenna is struck with a vision of a ritual that took place in the basement. When suddenly, he sees what is really haunting the Shea home.
I looked straight at it like I'm looking right now. I knew it was demonic.
We need to get out of here. Now?
Oh my gosh. Look at this.
When I moved her hair, she did have a scratch, like a nail scratch.
It felt burning hot along my neck.
Are you okay? Do you think that you can continue?
Yeah, just let me get it cleaned up and bandaged.
This thing was trying to drive us out so that we wouldn't help this family.
What happened down there?
Sarah was attacked.
I was terrified. If this could hurt her like this, what could it do to my kids?
What do you mean?
I believe there's a demonic force in your house.
A demon? How?
We believe your home was used as a spiritual temple. We were able to trace the home's history to its original owner.
During our research, we did find out that the original property in the home was built by William Duke Barry.
He was the leader of some kind of spiritual group.
And that's why this is all happening?
I had a vision in the basement. I saw men doing some sort of ritual. Because this home was used as a temple, it's a spiritual hotspot, if you will.
Often where there was spiritual activity, the demonic wants to move in there because it's attracted to that. They're just drawn to those locations in order to truthfully defile those locations.
The men didn't do anything deliberately negative. But once the home was vacant, the demons saw an opportunity to thrive here. It's been feeding off the fear of the residents ever since.
Tammy questions Jack about the woman she saw in her room. And the girl Shane saw in the basement.
Is that a demon?
No. I think there are other entities here as well. Something is drawing them here.
What is?
I'm not sure.
I suddenly felt drawn to the attic.
I need to look upstairs.
Suddenly, Jack realizes how the human spirits entered the house.
It's a portal. The mirrors, they're all portals.
It's a portal.
A portal is a passageway to the spirit realm, an opening to the other side.
According to Jack, the ritual invited a demonic entity into the home. Then the demon created the portals and called the human spirits through.
The demon is calling them through and using the spirits against you to scare you.
Demonic entities, they actually feed off of fear. Demonics will draw other spirits in through these portals so they can, again, use these other spirits to frighten, to harass, to affect the living people within the home. By scaring the family, it's creating all this negative type energy, fear, anger, hate, that it feeds off of in order for it to get stronger.
What do we do?
We need to close the portals and cleanse the house.
I was very grateful that Jack was going to help me.
Whatever you need to do.
But before cleansing the house of the demon, Jack must first identify the portals and send the ghosts through.
I'll use a St. Benedict medal hanging from a thread to try to find those portals.
The medallion begins to swing on its own accord. The bigger the swing, the bigger the portal.
To close a spirit portal, I'll envision it in my mind's eye as a torn piece of fabric with light coming through it. I'm closing the portals and pulling these spirits back through the portal to take them back to the other side. And then I will, again, in my mind's eye, I will sew that fabric shut.
It's closed.
The team now prepares to battle the demon.
This will cleanse the house. Focus on that.
Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our defense against the wickedness and snares of the devil.
It is a spiritual battle. The more I did the cleansing and the prayer, things started to kind of ramp up.
Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Thrust into hell all the evil spirits who prowl the world, seeking the ruin of souls.
What's happening?
It was physical. It was scary. You're standing in a room that's shaking, and you're shaking.
The floor is shaking!
Rebuke him, oh God! We humbly pray! Rebuke him, oh God! Rebuke him! Thrust into hell all the evil spirits who prowl the world, seeking the ruin of souls.
What's shaky.
Psychic Jack Kenna is fighting a demonic force in the Shea home.
Rebuke him, oh God! Rebuke him!
This demonic wanted us to leave. It wanted us to get out of there because it wanted to continue to terrorize this family.
I couldn't believe it. The house was shaking. It was terrifying.
You all need to pray with me!
When Jack was doing the cleansing, he was truly in a physical battle with whatever was up in that attic. It took a lot out of him.
Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our defense against the wickedness.
It sounded like hands banging against the wall across the entire attic.
So you have to just remain resolute, hyper-focused on what you're doing, and just finish.
Thrust into hell all the evil spirits who prowl the world, seeking the ruin of souls.
It's finished.
The minute everything went silent, you could feel a difference in the air. You could feel a lighterness to it. At this point, I do believe this demonic is gone from Tammy's home.
Thank you. Thank you.
When Jack and his team were done, something came over me and I'm like, wow, I think it's gone. Like, I can move on with my life.
Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you so much. Thank you.
After we finished the cleansing, we left there thinking that we've done the best we can do. This house is good. This house is, blessed. It's loved. She has a support team now.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Pizza.
Pizza.
All right, what are we playing?
It's different. There's laughter, there's positive energy.
How was dance?
Good.
Good. What'd you get to do today?
I did ballet.
Yeah.
Contemporary.
Nice. I bet you're so good. I'm gonna come and see you next week.
Finally, the kids are able to have a normal life. They're not afraid to be in the house by themselves.
Does anybody have a king?
No.
Yeah. And there's no crying and sadness. It's only happiness.
Life now for Tammy and the family, they seem to be enjoying it a lot more, and the stress of the house has been lifted off of Tammy's shoulders.
Although the family is no longer haunted, they will never be the same again.
I think it's still affecting me today. I always really feel on edge about things, like just waiting for something to happen again.
This is a life experience. I'll never get rid of it. It will always be in my head. Even if I do move and when we do move, there'll still be the thought there. Images, things that happened in this home, I'll take with me for the rest of my life.